What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Fit and Focus podcast. I am your coach and your host, Forrest the Trainer. So today's podcast is a little bit of a controversy. It's a little bit of a spicy one, and it honestly a little toxic, but I think all of us like a little bit of toxic shit here every now and then. But it is the influencer coaching problem. Like, that is the topic for today. Like, that is the main thing I'm gonna be talking about. I'm gonna be name dropping. I'm gonna be dropping some knowledge that I've experienced, dropping some knowledge that most of y'all don't know because it's not posted about. This could be from years past, it could be from right now. I'm gonna leave it to y'all speculation. Just know that everything I'm saying is a fact because I could bring up receipts if I wanted to, but I'm just gonna bring up the problem and I'm gonna bring up my perspective on things like that. But the first thing people need to understand is something that most influencers will never admit. Like 95% of these influencers out there that you see on social media, they are not actually coaching their clients. That's just a straight up fact. Now, before you get mad at me or want to point fingers at me, like, let me explain, okay? Like, a lot of followers have really huge following, like 100K, 500K, millions of followers, tens of millions of followers, and they sell coaching programs for sometimes like a couple $100, multiple $100. But here's the math problem. Like, if someone claims to have, like, let's say 300 clients, do you really think that they are reviewing 300 check-ins every single week? And yes, I am being messy because this whole problem is messy. Do you think they're writing 300 different workout programs? Do you think they're answering 300 client messages every single day? It's not possible. It's really not possible. So what happens? The influencer becomes the face of a brand, but the coaching is actually done by assistants behind the scenes. And sometimes those assistants are great, and most times they're more qualified than the coach that you hired. And that's very, very common, especially in the fitness industry. And, like, honestly, sometimes, a lot of the times, the client, you have zero idea who you're actually even working with. And that's just, it's bad. And that is what's called ghost coaching. Like, that's the second issue. That's what goes into this, ghost coaching. This is when you sign up to work with someone because you like their content. You believe they have that many followers for a reason. They're providing so much value, that they have a good physique. They're sponsored by this clothing brand. They're sponsored by this supplement company. Like, you want to work with that person because they walk the walk and they talk the talk. Like, you sign up with them because you believe you're working with that person. That's not a far-fetched idea, but you never actually talk to them. You never get feedback from them. You never get a message from them. Like, you just get generic responses from someone else. And you as the client is left wondering, wait, like, am I even working with the coach I paid hundreds of dollars for? Like, this happens way more than y'all realize. And it destroys the trust for coaches like myself and the people on my team. And honestly, it destroys the trust in the entire fitness industry. Because coaching is supposed to be like a relationship. Like, it's supposed to be a mentorship. It's supposed to be guidance, not a subscription and a spreadsheet. Like, I know a coach personally. His name is Steve. His second initial starts with the letter K. For anyone that knows, y'all know. But Steve K. I know this coach personally that charges way more than me and sends PDF files of workout programs to his clients. PDF files, Excel sheets, and like, here's the thing. It's not even from Microsoft Excel. It is a table put in a Google Doc. And you will see, oh, there's so much I could say. But long story short, there is a coach out there that is charging way more than me and way more than this team that is sending Google Doc tables, like an Excel sheet of workout programs. And the thing is, he had this is messy. This is really, really messy. He had his ex-wife doing the programs. And a lot of other stuff happened. And then he got ousted. And now he uses my system. How do I know that he's using my system? One of his former clients is now working with me, or was working with me, and they're like, yeah, I tried to go back with Steve K, and he's using the same system you're using. What? It just threw me a loop. But okay, why should you not trust them? Like, yes, those situations can happen, like, but the part that might surprise people, like, even though I technically am an influencer, just don't blindly trust these people, because a number of followers does not equal coaching ability, coaching capability, coaching qualifications, coaching experience, etc. Like, someone can be freaking amazing at content, amazing at marketing, amazing at getting views, having great hooks, having great bodies, have great CTAs, having great edits, having great jump cuts, having great transitions, good lighting, good color grading. They could be great at all those things, but that does not automatically mean they're going to be a good coach. Like, it just doesn't. Like, some of the best coaches in the world, like, they have relatively small followings, and when I say relatively small, I mean small in the grand scheme of social media. They're not like on the Charli D'Amelio, Mr. Beast, PewDiePie, Ninja. Like, they're not on these like crazy numbers because they're not really that entertaining. They're there to be of service for a service that they are providing. So coaching is completely different in terms of skill, trade, and knowledge than content creation. Like, a good coach needs to understand nutrition and the strategy behind it, training programming and the strategy behind it, how to change someone's behaviors, because the reason they're in the position that they are is because their lifestyle has made certain behaviors a foundation, like a baseline for what got them to the position they're in, and we need to unlearn all these behaviors to make sure we're able to make the biggest change. And teaching your clients how to make that second nature, how to make that your new normal. And one of the other things is like lifestyle management. Like, if you have kids, if you have a demanding job, if you have time restrictions, if you don't have a gym to go to, if you're scared to go to the gym, being able to be there for that person. But most importantly, it's how to actually help someone stick to a plan long enough to see results, instead of sending them a PDF or Excel sheet and then saying, deuces, talk to you in a month, or they never talk to you because they're pawning you off on an assistant. Now, a perfect example of this is Scotty K Fitness. And this is the second name I'm dropping. Another good example of this, Tammy Hembro. Another example of this, Lisa Del Piero, Callie Burns. Like, there's so many names that I can drop of these influencer coaches. Like, Tammy Hembro's fitness app, first off, if y'all didn't know, Tammy Hembro got a BBL a long time ago. Like, she got a BBL thanks to the Kardashians. If y'all didn't know this, her fitness app literally disclosed that the programs were built by a team of personal trainers and nutritionists. Never once did it say it was built by Tammy Hembro. So she flat out admitted it in her terms and conditions that you have to accept the fact that she didn't do any of the damn work. She didn't even do all the damn work for her own body. She's doing it now, but just to maintain from the surgery she got, and now she's taking steroids. Lisa Del Piero got her hip dips filled in, and she got ab etching, so she never even naturally got lean enough to see her own abs that her body already has on its own. And with her, she has a doctorate degree, and she is still selling programs, taking people's money, and forgetting to send them their program. And then when she does, she's like, oh crap, and she sends a copy and paste. And I know that because I've had clients come from her to me. Scotty K Fitness, the guy who said, seriously, fuck V-Shred for ghost coaching, ended up being a ghost coach. And then having the same character behind whenever a client would complain that they're not talking to Scotty, he'd be like, don't worry, I'll make the time, with his mustache. Not to make this an advertisement or anything, because this is just me wanting to basically shine some light on an issue that's huge in this industry. Like, what makes me different? Because I have a team. So what makes me different? What makes my team different? Let me just explain something very important, all right? Because if I'm going to be dropping names, if I'm going to be dropping stuff like this, and I can't like pull up receipts on my phone or on this screen, is because transparency is something I deeply care about. Yes, there is a team. There is me. There is Spencer. There is Andrew. There is Lex. But we are extremely clear about who we are working with. If you work with me, you work with me. And here's the other cool part. If you're working with me, you're also working with Spencer. You're also working with Lex. You're also working with Andrew, because everyone has access to everything. Everyone can look at everything. All the clients know they can reach out to everybody. All the clients know they can reach out to each individual coach at a specific time, because maybe Lex, since she's a physical therapist assistant, has a different set of knowledge than I do for something. Like, if you work with Coach Lex, you're working with Coach Lex. If you're working with Coach Spencer, you work with Coach Spencer. But you are also working with all of us at the same damn time. Like, there is no mystery behind that. There is no like, well, if I'm sending this message, am I getting it to Forrest? Am I getting it to Lex? Am I getting it to Spencer? Am I getting it to Andrew? Here's the thing. Everyone that has signed up for me, anyone that has applied with me, gets my personal phone number, to where you can text me at any point in time. I have clients in Australia, Switzerland, and I don't know how many different states, different countries, and they text me via iMessage or WhatsApp on my personal phone number. That's me being very brave with my information, but it's just showing that I don't care about like seeming, I am real. I can't afford to have another phone line. So you're going to be talking to me straight up. Like, you will know exactly who your coach is. You will know exactly who you're talking to, and you're actually communicating with one of us in the team, period, point blank. That's just how we are. Now, why is that? How is that different from everybody else? They have hired a team they're paying thousands, sometimes tens of thousands of dollars for, to have a virtual assistant doing all the work for them, all the communication for them, all the lead generation for them, everything for them, to make them the most money as possible, period. Now, my system is not as lucrative as theirs. It doesn't make us as much money. I could not give half of a fuck. Sorry for the language, but I could not give half of a fuck, because there's a reason why we structure it, and it's simple. Real coaching requires time and attention. Like, we have to limit the number of clients we can take, because like, every client is going to deserve the personalized program, because no two programs are the same. Real check-in feedback, showing our faces every single week, having actual conversations. You want to tell me about some tea about your breakup last couple of weeks? Lay it on me, text me, call me, beat me if you want to reach me. Like, adjustments based on real life. Have a client said, oh, I'm struggling with my elbow. Talk to Lex, even though he's my client. Since she's a physical therapist assistant, we shift some things up, and we are able to put him into a position to where he's rehabbing that elbow while still like executing his program. No one gets templates. No one gets copied and pasted, because no two bodies are the same. What's going on, Barbie? But everyone's schedule is different. No two schedules are the same. No two people's stress levels are the same. Your goals are going to be different from somebody else's. This is why coaching should never feel like a damn cookie cutter. Like, it should never feel that way. Now, what does good coaching actually look like? And who are some people you can trust? Because I don't want to make this just like a podcast about myself. Like, there's Barbie right here, one of the coaches I trust. There is Kate. There is Beefcake Brina. There is, I should just make a whole ass list. There's like so many coaches that I trust out there. Cody Dial, Sky Does Fitness. Like, there's a whole list of people that I would trust, and I would suggest to go out with people, like, if they're outside my scope of practice, for sure. But if you are considering to hire someone as your coach, here's a few questions you should ask. First up, like, straight up, just say, who's actually going to be coaching me? Is it going to be you? Is it going to be you? Is it going to be someone else? Do you have an assistant? I would rather you tell me the truth if you did have an assistant. Like, will I speak directly to the person coaching me? Am I going to be speaking directly to you? Am I going to be speaking directly? Who am I going to directly be speaking with? Who do I reach out to? And like, how often will I receive feedback? What is my turnaround time for feedback? Like, is my program personalized or templated? Is it based off a template? And most importantly, does the coach that you're considering to hire actually care about your long-term success without them? Like, that is a huge question. Is that coach wanting or caring for your long-term success without them? They should be teaching you everything they can to where you no longer need them after a specific amount of time is done, or whenever you're comfortable leaving and confident leaving. Because coaching should feel like guidance and mentorship and not just a purchase. Oh, what's going on, William? I haven't seen you in a hot minute, man. But why does this matter for my clients, and why does it matter for everybody else? I want y'all to understand something, and the reason we structure our coaching the way we do is because we genuinely care about the experience you have. That's why I'm doing this podcast every week. That's why we do the podcast every week, because it'll be me, Spencer, Lex, Andrew. We all go around. Like, your transformation is not just about weight loss. It's about confidence, discipline, health, longevity, education. Thank you, man. I haven't heard from you so long, and you want to say something nice to me like that? I appreciate you. This is one of my OGs right here. But this also encapsulates, like, especially if you're a parent coming into this new lifestyle that you're wanting to experience, when you take care of your health as a parent or a new parent, you get to show your kids what self-respect looks like. And that matters more than numbers on a freaking scale or numbers in a dress size or a pant size. So the takeaway that I want y'all to have from this episode is pretty straight up and flat. 1, not all coaching is the same. 2, stop blindly trusting influencers. 3, not all influencers are real coaches. 4, transparency matters more than follower count. And if you ever invest in coaching, and I know I'm speaking to mostly clients here, but you need to make sure you have the right coach and know how much BS is out there in the industry. And the wrong ones can waste your time and steal your money. And that's basically all I have for the Fit and Focus podcast. Thank y'all for coming for this episode, and we will see y'all again next week.